Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman Dave. Today we're looking at strikers Arsenal should sign. Guys, get into the chat. Let me know who you would sign if you were Arsenal manager. And of course, check out SofaScore link in the description below. That's where we find out all of our stats from. But anyway, let's dive in. When you look at Arsenal's squad, I think what they've done in recent transfer windows, a big focus on youth. Buying players that are of big potential, getting in the door early. We're looking at Ben White, we're looking at the likes of Gabriel, two very young centre-halves. Tommy Yasu can be put into that equation. Same with Aaron Ramsdale. Into midfield, the likes of Lokonga. Partey's probably a little bit more of that veteran now signing, similar with Nicolas Pepe. But then you look at the likes of Odegaard with the youthful lads of Smith-Rowe and Saka. But I think up front, you probably need a bit of youth in there. We're looking at Aubameyang, nearly 33. Lacazette, the wrong side of 30 as well. So I think we're looking at strikers that Arsenal could sign to improve the team. I think is going to be poignant in the next few transfer windows. Who can they bring in? Who's looking good round Europe? Vlahovic is this kind of that old school style striker. Very much would suit the 90s. Suits playing with a strike partner. Is very much a poacher, a guy that's going to put the ball in the back of the net. When you consider Arsenal's goal scoring this season, I think that's what they're missing. They're missing that pure goal scorer, that number 9 that's simply going to be waiting for a tap in. And that's how Vlahovic kind of plays for Fiorentina and for Serbia. It is very much last line, but he is a really good goal scorer. This season in Serie A, 8 goals in 12 games, 1 assist. Averaging 3.2 shots per game. All really decent numbers. But I think what's impressed me the most about him is the way that he's providing that quality in the final third. That he's getting on the last line. That he's making those moves. His brace against Lazio was, really nice sort of 2 goals, 2 kind of those poacher efforts, getting into penalty area at the right time. But he has got the quality, he has got that ability to hold the ball up, to be physical. I think for Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, that for me is a big thumbs up. I think they like to play through the thirds to a centre forward. I think Lacazette's place in the team right now is kind of that option of you can play to feet and you can play through. Vlahovic can definitely do that in there. Let's take his 2 goals against Lazio. I think one of the big things with him is he is an aerial threat. Won 7 out of his 15 aerial duels. Grabbed himself a brace from his 4 shots. And I think that's something that Arsenal don't really have, is that aerial threat, not only to play to, but to play to in the box, a crossing target. How many times we see Kieran Tierney fly up that left wing and there'll be nobody in the penalty area. Vlahovic is that type of guy. That guy that's going to get into the box when Arsenal are attacking. What we know from Arsenal is they do like to push the left back forward. They build with that kind of a back 3 shape. They like to have the width in Saka, in Tierney. And I think one of the, obviously looking at where he'd play in the side, obviously be coming in for Aubameyang or being an Aubameyang replacement, or alternatively Aubameyang could be moved into a wide position. But I think the biggest impact is what we'll see from him in the penalty area is having that option to hit, is when, Tierney's beating his man in the box and he's looking for that low cutback. Vlahovic is kind of that guy that will, move around, who will make that forward run, then drop off into a little bit of space. Very good finisher with that left foot. Volleys, side foots, got that quality. And I believe that that's what Arsenal are lacking right now, that goal scorer in the penalty area. Definitely one option for Arsenal, provide a physical threat. I think would work really well in the Premier League as well. He's that type of striker that would just, not get physically bullied. But moving to other players that I think could provide a good quality for Arsenal, Diego Simeone's son, Giovanni Simeone. Giovanni Simeone has been a forward that I've always liked. I think the big thing that he's got from his father is that intensity. He's somebody that is going to press the football. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal are a very good pressing side. I think their pressing setup is good, but they need someone that's kind of intense up front. And I think that's what Giovanni would instantly bring to Arsenal. But that's not saying that's all he does. He's a good goal scorer, right-footed, kind of likes to take the inside left channel at times to look to cut in onto that stronger right foot and bend the ball into the opposite side of the goal. But he's got that ability in the air as well. He's a good player in terms of arriving at the back stick, especially when the ball's on the right-hand side, and then attacking the ball to put it into the back of the net. This season from Hellas Verona, in Serie A. He's currently on 9 goals and 2 assists in 11 games. One of the form players in the world, should we say, right now. Scored 4 times against Lazio in Verona's 4-1 demolition at home. And Giovanni Simeone, I think, can provide that ability for Arsenal. The pressing, the finishing, the heading. But I think, compared to Vlahovic, in terms of him as a striker, I think less of a target. More of a player that's going to be attacking the ball in the penalty area versus a direct target to play long balls up to and getting Arsenal through the thirds. But 4 goals against Lazio. Lazio, a decent team this season under Maurizio Sarri. Not as good as last season under Inzaghi, but still a decent side. And also grabbed himself a brace in the 2-1 win over Juventus. Usually think with Serie A, when a player performs well against Juve, you've got a top quality player there. But I describe Giovanni Simeone as a kind of a pressing forward. But against Juventus, 4 shots, 2 goals, won 2 of his 6 aerial duels, so a lesser rate than Vlahovic previously. And I think that's the side, if you're looking at what would massively improve Arsenal from Simeone coming in, I think it's that kind of the pressing structure and that ability for Arsenal to be super aggressive. I think that's what Simeone would bring the side. And also that ball option, you mentioned previously, is kind of that right-footed ball into the box and then Simeone attacking that kind of back stick area like all good centre forwards do. I think that would provide a good quality for Arsenal. Arsenal, when they are, kind of pressing, do press in a bit of a diamond in there. So it's kind of like, looking at the quality of Simeone, allowing him to provide that aggression with a Lacazette maybe in that central position, or alternatively, throwing a Pepe in there, having Smith-Rowe as a kind of number 10 and pressing in that manner and being super aggressive from the front. I think that's what Simeone Inzaghi will bring Arsenal. And finally, Gouiri, the kind of underrated option we're going to go with, or kind of the hipsters option, should we say. I think with going back to our system we previously had with Arsenal 4-2-3-1, with Saka on the right-hand side, Lacazette off. Gouiri's that type of player that also likes to play a little bit off. So you'd potentially say he's more of a Lacazette replacement than a Aubameyang replacement. Likes to drop off the line and receive the ball to feet. I think that's one of his big qualities. And then look for those kind of short passing combinations and then providing a little bit of either quality in finishing or quality in final pass in the final third. Gouiri at the moment playing for Christian Gutierrez Nice in Ligue 1. I first saw Gouiri playing for Lyon's under-19s in the UEFA Youth League. He signed for Nice on a free transfer. This, for me at this point, was a great bit of business. And we're seeing him sort of coming through right now and providing that quality. So far in the league, in Ligue 1, scored 6 goals and got 4 assists. Stylistically, a lot more... you'd describe him as either a deep-lying forward or kind of that false 9. Profiles similarly to a Dybala, to a Roberto Firmino. And I think that is kind of the profile as you'd look at for Arsenal. Much wider skill set, more of a Lacazette than an Aubameyang. But I think has that real quality to not only provide goals in games, but also that creativity in Nice's 4-0 win over former current champions Lille. Grabbed himself a goal and assist. And you can see him dropping off into that inside left channel. But a technical footballer. 6 out of his 8 dribbles completed. 3 chances created. 2 shots, a goal and an assist. I love him. He's that kind of like barrel-chested short striker that I just am a big fan of. Deep line forward. But different to the other players that we've profiled for Arsenal. And I think if you're looking long-term, who's the replacements for Aubameyang and Lacazette, Gouiri and Vlahovic up front would be the one for me. I think that would be the combination. That you've got that creativity in there, and then that youthful side of Arsenal's team could come forward. And the future is bright for Arsenal. A few signings up front, I think they are sorted. Thanks for watching, guys. Do get into the comments below which striker you would buy for Arsenal. I've been Statman Dave. Check out SofaScore, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys later.